Hey guys, how's it going? It's Etanyos here. Welcome to episode number 2 of this NHL 20 Canadian Cups Challenge here with the Halifax Highlanders. If you guys are new to the channel, please go down below, consider subscribing. Our goal is 1,000 here on this channel. That's the first number we're really trying to hit. That is significant, after I think we hit 100 or 200 subscribers, and then I was like, yeah, we have to hit 1,000 next. So, I appreciate every single one of my subscribers. I really hope you guys enjoy this video, and let's jump into episode 2. So, guys, you'll notice I did have to change the intro on this video, but if you missed the last episode, go click in the top corner of the video right now. It will send you to the link of, the rest of this playlist, and you can catch up on whatever you missed. So, first thing we're going to do is go and explore comments here. We do have a couple quick comments here that I think are going to shape how this first season goes, and really this first episode in general. So let's just get to these comments nice and quickly and go from there. So the first comment here came from Arvid, and it was saying maybe trade Burns and a first rounder for a good young defender with a good line fit. So they're saying trade Burns for a younger defenseman. Yeah, so he's saying trade Burns, and David Fitzgerald said trade Burns to max out his value. So I think what we're going to be doing this first season is probably tanking. Fun fact here from Bardowski Snipes was Perlini was born in the UK, but anyways, Bardowski Snipes is pretty sure that he's dual citizenship with Canada. So that is something I didn't know. I thought that was really interesting. And the last comment here we have is... Yeah, Arvid said, just go for a rebuild here with this team. So I have looked through our team, and, there are a couple pieces I think we can move just to really tank it. I think that's what we're going for first season, is we want to try to not win very much. So pieces I am looking to move would consist of probably, I'm thinking either Adam Henrique or... Did everybody's contracts get boosted, or what happened there? Because I'm looking at these numbers, and I think it's because we're so under the salary cap right now that it's just decided to bump it up. So the first couple pieces I think we should probably try to make moves for would be Brett Burns as well as Chris Tanev. If we can move those guys out, I think that's a huge plus for our team to get other assets. And then I think, I don't really want to move Eric Stahl, but we could. He's 34. He's going to be a veteran on this team, and I don't want to move him if we don't have to. But Adam Henrique, I think, has some very significant trade value still that we could try to trade, and then Mike Smith as well, if we could get trade value from him, and then pull a guy like Comrie up, I think we're going to be just fine. So we're going to attempt to use the trade finder here, man. This thing is really, it's touchy. It's hard to find a lot of good deals, but... Let's see what teams are willing to offer for Brett Burns. No trades found. So that's what I'm talking about, where it's like, even with an open block, there's no trades found. What about Adam Henrique? I'm sure there's some teams that, no, come on. This is what I'm talking about. It doesn't make sense. There should be teams that want these guys a lot of the time. What about Tanev? I think we actually got a deal here. Okay, so we could trade for Anders Lee, Jordan Eberle, and Cal Clutterbuck. What I want to trade for is potentially a pick. So the Islanders seem to be interested. They've got 4 out of the 5 offers. So let's try something here. This is for Chris Tanev, remember? So, a Derek Brassard I could definitely make a deal for. I would be all right with that, but not these other 2 players. Preferably. Okay, looks like we're going to have to take on some cap space from this team. So who's making ridiculous amounts of money that are Canadian but just really aren't significant anymore? I think Andrew Ladd, we would be able to hold on to that contract. And what about Clutterbuck as well? He's also Canadian, so there's some pretty bad deals there to start. I'm sure we could just terminate them or do something like that, but if we can add those 2 into the deal... Actually, you know what? Brassard's taken up most of the value. I'd prefer to get a pick out of these guys, if not 2. And, if we could go like that, that's too much value. But let's see. We're taking on $9 million for $5 million. Actually, do they have... I kind of want a defenseman off of this team, even if they're not a very good defenseman. I would prefer one. I mean, there's absolutely no way we get a guy like Noah Dobson, even though that would be sweet. I don't see that happening. Bode Wild is also Canadian, but again, high-value player, difficult to trade with the amount of cap space that they currently have being taken up. What about Samuel Bolduc? Okay. If we could grab, maybe not Bolduc, but Mayfield's American, isn't he? Yeah, he is. Okay. I'm looking for a Canadian. Okay, see, Boychuk would work. Johnny Boychuk would work for what we're trying to get done here. So instead of Ladd, can we go like that and then maybe toss in like, who else do they want that we are actually willing to move? I could try to move. Who else are they interested in? I don't want to move Perlini. I don't want to move any of these young guys, and that seems to be everybody they're interested in at the moment. So what about our goalies? Could we move Mike Smith in this deal too to really get the value and snag New York's first-round pick? You see, I would do that. Smith and Tanev in exchange for Clutterbuck and Boychuk and a first this year. Dude, we are trying to just nail down this draft if we can. Let's try this. It's rejected. It's a bit low for them. Okay. So that's definitely the first-round pick in there. Can we toss in a third rounder from... I don't want to go third rounder from us. I prefer to do the third rounder from Montreal and try that and see if that works. Okay, let's just review this deal one more time. So we're getting a first rounder this year, which is the Lafreniere draft. New York could tank it. That's the other possibility, right? Is New York tanks this pick turns out for us. That's the best case scenario here. The worst case scenario is that, yeah, we kind of suck here for a bit. But, yeah, no, I'll take the pick. And we'll trade a third rounder away. Okay, so we are going to do that. Comrie's going to move up. Beautiful. Let's go auto fix roster and see how that looks. Okay, so that's one of the moves we wanted to make. I think that's pretty good for now. Wow, okay. So Burns is a $10 million contract now, so we need to go and sign a free agent for about $10 million bucks, or actually more than that. We're going to go and sign a free agent for like $12 to $14 million, just so our cap space stops jacking itself up whenever it feels like it. Okay, let's take this guy. Do a 1 year, one-way deal worth, let's do about 13 million bucks. What's his name? Adam Haluka? I believe it's Haluka. I said 13, didn't I? Okay, so if Adam Haluka wants to take that deal, I will accept it because our team is essentially just trying to tank it this first year or two. I'm going to try to propose a trade for Brett Burns. I don't know if it's going to work because we're going to have to take a very large amount of cap space back to make it work. And, you know, even if we can get picks here from a certain team, I'm trying to think, which team do we want to trade Burns to preferably? St. Louis, maybe. Toronto, maybe. Maybe Winnipeg, actually. Winnipeg could be, yeah. We could do that. I could see that happening. And they have enough big contracts here, and they need defense too, right? That's the other thing, is they do need defense. Brian Little's 5 years still. Yikes. Pionk is American. Oh, Morrissey. See, Josh Morrissey would be a nice addition to our defensive end. That would be good because he's just 24, but Halifax would be under the league minimum. Okay. Who's making way too much money on this team that is still Canadian? Kulikov's Russian. Brian Little fits forward line 3. Screw it. We'll take an L. That's still... Wow. Okay. I think what we need to do here is advance a day or two and just let this contract with Hulanka go through quickly. And we win against we won against LA. Okay, so we won our... I don't know if that was our home opener or not. Can we get this deal done here? We lost our home opener. Okay, thank you, Hulanka. Jeez, man, you take 4 days to accept that. Okay. Now we get to try and propose a trade when every team has played a couple games, which is very much more difficult. Okay. Winnipeg's 1-1-0, so are we. Can we try this again? Morrissey, Brian Little, and a first-round pick. This year or next year? What if we save it? I almost want to save it. I want to do like a 2021 pick instead. What if we do that in exchange for Burns? Because then that gives a year or two for Burns to really kind of just start dropping off. Winnipeg would still be over the maximum salary cap. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Who's got huge contracts on this team still? I can't take on Kulikov. He's not he's not Canadian. I could take on Lowry at $2.9 million, but I think that's too much value that we're exchanging. And okay, who has a pick that's probably not going to be worth that much to us? Hard to tell at this point. Can we try a second rounder next year in 2021 and hope that that turns out? Burns? Come on, it's Burns. If they want an elite defenseman, they'll do this deal. Rejected, too far off. We need to really make it worth their while. Okay. Can we do 2 seconds? Because I think 2 seconds would get this deal. Or what if we went second and a third? I think that would get the deal done. Maybe not. Shoot. Okay. I don't really want to trade young guys yet, right? That's kind of the whole point of this right now. Yeah, that's not spectacular. I don't know whose pick is going to... I know our pick's going to be high up now, but I don't know where these other picks are going to land. I have no idea. So if we can go 2 seconds in 2021 and 22, I still don't think this is going to go through. And it's a bit low for them. Okay, so can we go 2 seconds... and a third in 2021. That's a lot of picks we're exchanging, but remember, we're trying to build this team as all Canadian, and you're not going to get the greatest Canadian prospects in rounds 3 and 4, but round 2 maybe. So we're taking the risk for the pick here. We're bringing in other good Canadian players still that will make this team better, but not like crazy good. So let's try this. And okay, we moved down Howden and Phaneuf. You know what? I'm okay with that. If enough gets picked up, whatever. And we have roster moves. Let's hit back. Hit best lines for now. Let's just check out the team, see how it looks, and what's going to happen. So yeah, Brett Burns no longer our captain, obviously. And yeah, this team is going to look quite a bit different here. So if we can go Brian Little on the third line, maybe. Does that work? Apparently not. Where does Lowry fit? Line 3 or 4? I know that gets chemistry. That gets chemistry too. Okay, so we scratched 2 guys that we probably shouldn't have in... what's their names here? Perlini and Howden should not be scratched, unfortunately. So who is in the NHL that we can probably scratch? We could definitely scratch Clutterbuck. Like, I don't see why not. And, yeah, no, we want Perlini and Howden playing if possible. If not, they play a year in the AHL, but that's not what I want for them. I would much rather have them actually playing in the NHL. Okay, so let's try some quick roster moves here. Actually, let's also check out the defense because we just traded away Burns and Tanev, and that is fairly significant. Yeah, so we got Josh Morrissey up on that top pairing. We can toss O'Brien up with him, and honestly, I think that's about as good as we're going to get. Oh, Boychuk's also defensive and also pellet shoot. Oh my god. Come on, man. Okay, fine. We'll play Hayden Fleury there for 1 season. That works, but it's not ideal. Like, yes, we can play the defense like this. That's okay. It's going to be absolutely garbage. We're going to lose a lot of games, but players will grow. Or not, maybe. Okay, so I think the guys we have to scratch here... Oh, this is going to be tough. Maybe we're going to try one more move. So, we're going to try an Adam Henrique trade. I know we're just absolutely, like... Okay, say I'm the player morale. We're just like absolutely murdering it right now. Okay. So Henrique's $7.5 million. No team has... Actually, Calgary has the cap space for that. Interesting. Calgary seems to tank it a little too easily sometimes. So, Canadian prospects that are actually in our range of acquiring. Dylan Dubé, maybe. He would be decent. I'm interested in Dubé. What do they have for rookie goalies? Wolf might be okay. Rzitska, yeah, no. Peltier. Peltier, maybe. That might be able to work. Obviously, we're not going to get anyone significant from them. Like, Dubé would be good. If we could go Dubé and, like, any chance you could go 2 firsts? No way. Okay. What if you just went 2 firsts? Still too much. Okay. So, okay. What's coming up next year? It's 2021. Let's try a 2020 and a 2022 first rounder. Okay, now let's go this year's first rounder. Let's go this year's first and second rounder, and then a third in 2021. That should be enough for Henrique. They should take that, and they don't. Okay, can we just go first and a second? Wow, you guys are kind of dumb. Okay, first and then a third next year. Come on, that's got to work. There we go. Okay, so we do trade Henrique. Assistant GM's best roster. Let's see what happens here. Henderson becomes an alternate. Okay. Okay, we're gonna go make some quick roster moves here. So this will add some youth into our team, even though the team is going to be quite atrocious for this first year. I'm okay with that. to be honest. So let's move Perlini and Howden up. Let's send Clutterbuck down. That should be enough. All right, and then we can just edit the lines nice and quickly. All right, so first thing we're going to do is we're going to toss Brett Howden in here because I know he fits the third line. Better. Okay. Tyler Ennis fits where? He's a first line kind of guy, and unfortunately, okay, wow, Toffoli gets +5 chemistry as well. Unfortunately, we want to be playing guys who have potential over age, so, you know, we can really do either way on here. I think we want to play Perlini on the top line, just get him used to some top line minutes and go from there. Honestly, this team isn't looking terrible. It could definitely be worse right about now. So, yeah, I'm happy with where the team's at. I'm happy with the amount of assets we've gotten back for our current players that we traded away, and I think this team is ready to rock. So, guys, I think it's definitely safe to say that our team is no longer rated around 84 offense, 88 defense, and 84 goaltending. I would say, yep. The forwards surprisingly did not change that much. I'm interested to see who our captain is now. I don't know if we even have one, but we shall see, I guess. Vince Dunn's got 2 points in 2 games, not too bad, but really that's not gonna show in the long run. Okay, who is our? Okay, we just got 3 alternates. That's probably okay. I mean, let's call Eric Stahl our captain for now. I'm good with that. I don't know so much about Anderson being an alternate. I think it should probably be a guy like either Morrissey or I don't want to say O'Brien yet. Actually, no. Our next highest rated player is Little. So let's give Brian Little an alternate and go from there. So we are going to simulate. We are going to simulate all the way to the end of the season, I think. I don't think we're going to stop too many times along the way, and we're going to focus more towards getting to the draft and trying to hopefully select guys like Lafreniere, Byfield, Perfetti, guys like that, like players who are going to actually make a significant difference on our team in the long run of this franchise mode. So I am going to sim now. I will see you guys at the end of the season. We'll see how the absolutely destroyed Highlanders do here. And also how our picks do. That is the big X factor here. All right, guys. So to end off the 2019/20 season, oh my God. This is why we selected Jamie Barker, guys. This is exactly why. It was for goals and only goals. We need to take a look at this. So, the Highlanders go 40, 35, and 7. Jamie Barker scores 100 points in his rookie season with 72 goals. There's no way he did not just win the Rocket. I'm sorry. There's no way. There's no way he did not just win the Rocket and the Calder. Oh my God. Lots of 100-point scorers, but Jamie Barker was not a name I expected to be ahead of Connor McDavid or Mark Scheifele. Holy shit. Or Kucherov for that matter. 72 goals blows everybody out of the water. Everybody. That's all he can do is shoot. He's like an Ovechkin-built kind of player, except he's Canadian. Holy shit. Jamie Barker, welcome to the NHL. That is easily Rookie of the Year. There's no way anybody else came close. Quinn Hughes put up 60 points. Jack Hughes put up 59. So the Hughes brothers had a good year, but Jamie Barker had a great year. My God. Wow. Only plus 16 on the year, too. That's pretty weak. But, yeah, no, if you're looking for a good rookie season, that might be the best we've ever seen from a Canadian-born player for a rookie. I mean, Crosby put up 100 points in his rookie year, didn't he? I believe he did. He put up 103 this year, but didn't Crosby put up 100 in his rookie year? Put up 102 in his rookie year, but he didn't score 72 goals. So we might have a generational goal scorer on our hands here. That's crazy. Also, I want to see how what's his name did on. There's a couple guys, so I want to see how these other computer-created players I made did. So that's Thornton. Sorry, not Johnston. Where's Johnston? Oh boy. You didn't play him? Or was he injured all year? What happened there? Why didn't he play? You're kidding me, right? Abel Johnston did not play except for one game this year. Then they were like, nope, he's not playing. Like, what the hell? Anyways, that kind of sucks. But what about this other defenseman we created? Kenneth Harrison, 20 points. That's a pretty solid rookie year for a massive defensive defenseman. Anyways, that was all your league scoring for the most part. I just didn't show you the goalies, but Jamie Barker is a god. Eric Stahl had 94 points. Those are the only guys really scoring for us that were healthy all year. Malkin led the league with 120 points. McKinnon could top that, but I doubt it. I think his season's done at this point. Hellebuck had 44 wins, as I'm very, very glad that we did not invest in Winnipeg's pick this year and preferably waited for the future. Yikes. Okay. So Jamie Barker wins Rookie of the Year. Okay, so these are the picks. Remember, these are the teams that we had picks for. So we don't have Winnipeg's this year, thank God. That would have been terrible. But we finish, let's see, okay. So we had Nashville's pick. They finish second last in the league. Carolina, Ottawa, New York, Vancouver all in there. Then we have Calgary's pick, which is, let's see, sixth last. Then we have New York's pick, which is seventh last, most likely. Then we have Montreal's pick, which is ninth last. And then our pick is really not great. We, let's see, if we finish 17th out of 32, if we flip that, okay, I'm not mathing right now, wow. 17 out of 32. That would mean we have the 15th best lottery odds out of everybody. We bested the Oilers, Dallas Stars, Washington Capitals, Boston Bruins, San Jose Sharks. Like, what? How did that happen? Anyways, that happened. And yeah, we don't do that bad overall. You know, maybe I should have let myself take all those free agents that I created, because then we would have had an insane year with, what's his name? Johnston. Johnston and Barker would have been crazy together. They would have been so good, but oh well. Barker was in like the best situation he could have been in. And for the Sea Dogs, sorry, we didn't really take a look at them here, but Chris Kunitz scores 65 points. Not too bad, but the team was pretty bad overall, and, you know, what can you do, really? So, I mean, the draft lottery will determine how successful or not this season was. Let's see first how everything goes here with the playoffs and the offseason and all that stuff. And we did get 16 home wins, so that's not too bad. So we're going to sim to the draft. My bet is going to be on probably Tampa Bay, but, you know, I could see Winnipeg winning it too. Those are two absolutely strong teams, and we'll see what happens. All right, here we go. We are about to get set here for a bit of craziness. So the Vegas Golden Knights are your Stanley Cup champions, and the Rochester Americans win the Calder Cup. I don't know why, guys, but I just get that feeling that the game is going to be like, oh, Ottawa was the worst team? Yep, first pick. Like, I get that feeling. I get that feeling for the draft lottery. I don't know why. It's probably because we have so many odds of winning it. Like, there's so many different picks that we possess to possibly move up that it could work. But let's see. And oh my, oh. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Out of all the teams to move up and win the Lafreniere sweepstakes, it'd be the Oilers, who missed the playoffs by like 6 points. Yep, number 1. God, that was even more disgusting than it. See, I would have been all right if it's like, okay, Ottawa's going to get Lafreniere. That makes sense. The Oilers should not be winning Lafreniere. Like, come on, NHL, fix your freaking game. Oh my God. Okay, so we now possess pick 2, 4, thanks to picks moving up. Oh, actually, no, the Nashville pick. Sorry, we possess the number 1 pick in the league, and it moved down 3 spots from one of our picks. So we have 2, 4, 8, 9, and probably, I think, 16 as well. That's, oh my God. Oh my God. How does that even happen? Okay, we have picks 2 and 4. So we're definitely getting Byfield. But Lafreniere is a big question mark. If we can trade him for pick number 4, that would be sweet. Then I don't know who else we're selecting, because a lot of the guys I have pinned are actually later back in the draft. A guy I would very much like to select would be Jamie Drysdale. I don't know if he's a shoot and pinch or not. That would kind of suck if he is, but whatever. And then Schneider looks like a balance pinch maybe, and Gooley's shoot and balance. Shoot. All right, so we have retiring players here, and Hossa, Zetterberg, Kunitz. Yeah, so Kunitz retires as a Halifax Highlander. That's good to see. I mean, you don't like that he's retiring, but it's good to see that he retires under our franchise, and obviously there's no goalies really. Vyacheslav Voinov we lose as a coach for Charlottetown, and I don't think Halifax lost a coach, so that's good. All right, I'm continuing to sim here. We're going to try to work a deal with the Oilers because they have the number 1 pick, and I do not want them to land Lafreniere along with all their other crazy good players that they have already. I don't even know how that worked out for them. Like, come on. So, yeah, our value is mainly in... how's the Canadians pick at number 2? Valued lower than the Nashville pick at number. Your game's broken, EA. Your game is broken. Okay. Anyways, this year's picks, we don't have that many, but we'll make it work. All right, so we are going to try and trade for Lafreniere, get Edmonton the 4th pick in that deal, and then actually, yeah. First thing we're doing is trading for the number 1 pick. If Edmonton wants to trade it, that's even better. And they do not. Great. Okay. So we got 2, 4, 8, and 9. Okay, are we going to be able to land Perfetti with 8 or 9? Because if we are, that's beautiful. Yeah, 8 or 9. Perfetti's ranked at number 9. Beautiful. All right, and then... Okay, let's go and try to work a deal with the Edmonton Oilers. I can't believe they landed number 1. Like, come on. Come on. Okay, so I'm willing to offer pick number 4, as well as... We could probably do 4 and 9, to be honest, but I don't want to. Could we do 4 and Morrissey? That's definitely enough. But Edmonton would have too many players in the organization. Like, God. Remember, landing Lafreniere is about the best thing we could do for this franchise. But can we grab, like, a guy like Darnell Nurse would actually be pretty solid. I mean, he's 25, right? So that's not great. What about a guy like Evan Bouchard? Nope, he's not in the organization yet. God. Is Ethan Bear Canadian? Please. Yo, that would be perfect. If we could grab Ethan Bear in this deal, God, that's a good deal for us, more so. But, okay, we're running out of time here. So, we're going to have to take a worse deal, unfortunately. But, if we can grab a guy like I believe Tyler Benson's Canadian. If we can grab a guy like Tyler Benson, I will be extremely happy with that still. Hello, I just selected Benson. What are you doing? Did anybody else see my game just freeze there for a second? Yikes. Okay, Benson, come on. Come on. There you go. Okay. They think we got the short end of the stick. I don't. We just landed. Oh my gosh, we just landed a lot of prospects that are going to be really damn good. Okay. So that means Lafreniere and Byfield will be coming to Halifax. Let me just call a timeout and assess the situation quickly. Okay, so I have a lot of players pinned here, and the other thing that we need to realize is that we don't need to be selecting like top 6 forwards with the 9th overall pick. We can trade with other teams here. So I'm looking at teams like either Colorado, who has multiple first-round picks in here still. Okay, I'm looking at Colorado, and I think I know what I'm going to try here. So they have the 20th pick on the block, and this is where the deal is going to make sense. We're going to try to go for Kenneth Harrison here, a really sturdy 6'7" defenseman. Rejected, too far off. Okay. Second rounder in 2023, please. Does that get this deal done? If that does, I'm really happy with it. Because you bring in a defenseman like Harrison who's going to just be really rock solid for this team for a long time. I'll take it, man. I will take that all day. So we didn't really need pick 9, right? So that's why I traded that. We land pick 20, which we're going to be able to select Drysdale with. And yeah, we also land Kenneth Harrison, which is huge. All right, guys, so I have my picks planned up to number 112 in this draft, and then after that, we have 3 more picks that I don't know who we're going to take. We're probably just going to go with the best possible selection, but we are ready to change our franchise forever here with the selection of franchise playmaking left wing, Alexis Lafreniere. Welcome to the Halifax Highlanders. 83 overall, just an absolute stud of a pick. He's going to be insane. Our next pick, we are going to take Quinton Byfield, power forward out of Sudbury, Ontario. NHL ready, 6'4", absolutely insane. Welcome to the Halifax Highlanders. That is going to be the elite pairing for a long time here. Even if they don't fit together that well, who cares? Look at how good they are already. And then Ottawa's going to take Tim Stützle. No, they take Ponomarev. What are you doing, Ottawa? I know you wanted one of these 2 guys, but what are you doing? Edmonton just get a high elite out of Tim Stützle. Oh, okay, you can't fix. Oh my God, you cannot fix a broken. I don't even know what the saying is. You can't fix a dead horse like that. Ottawa, you wonder why your franchise has never won a cup. I can't speak because our team hasn't either, but that is brutal. God. Okay. Sim to pick number 8. If Perfetti goes before here, I'm going to lose it. And he doesn't. Thank God. Okay, so Rossi goes to Carolina. Stranges goes to the Rangers. And Alexander Holtz goes to Tampa Bay. Okay. So, with our 8th overall selection, the Halifax Highlanders are proud to select Cole Perfetti of the Saginaw Spirit out of the OHL. Welcome to the Highlanders, 72 overall. Not too bad. All right, and for our next selection at pick number 16. Okay. He's 54 rated. What the heck? Okay. Anyways, who else was good in here? Obviously, Lundell and Raymond, yeah, but we can only take Canadians, so Connor Zary was a Canadian prospect. We did not get him, but instead we are going to select Jean-Luc Foudy out of the Windsor Spitfires in the OHL over other, very notable players here. But welcome to the team, Foudy. He is a 67 rated playmaker. Not too shabby. So really a lot of playmakers in here, but you know what? I think it's gonna work out here. So over to pick 20. Justin Barron is 66 overall. May have been a better selection on defense, but whatever. You can't pick them all. And instead, I recognize that Sordif is only 2 years out, but we need a defenseman at this point, and we're going to take the risk, even though it says shoot and pinch. I'm hoping this goes our way here. Jamie Drysdale, welcome to the Halifax Highlanders. He is 66 overall as well. Nice offensive defenseman there, going to be good for our team. All right, so now we simulate way over to pick number 80. Probably miss a couple nice Canadians in here, but you can't own every first-round pick unless you're doing a challenge like that, and we're not. We're just doing a Canadian player challenge, so yeah. Our selections are good. Obviously, Sordif would have been nice as well, but a lot of guys would have been nice. Schneider would have been nice. Rochette would have been nice. O'Rourke would have been nice. Wow, that's a good pick for New Jersey. Might have just turned their franchise around there for the future. But there is a lot. Like, you look at Lapierre, it's a great pick there. Mercer's solid. Chichar we can't take, but Ko we could have. Wow, Kwong was nice there. Wyatt Wiesblatt, Ozzy Wiesblatt would have been nice, but he goes to Boston. Tucker Tinnon, we couldn't select. These American. Finley we could have at 60 rated. That's pretty solid for a second rounder. I don't think anybody else is crazy overall here for Canadian players, but our next pick, we are going to go off the board a little bit. No, not Ben King, sorry. We're going to take Damon Hunt off of the Moose Jaw Warriors here, and he is 56 rated, two-way defenseman, medium, top six. Not too terrible. So yeah, you can really see the quality difference just because all of these guys are generated through the OHL to start, and they're in the game already. They're not going to be as good. As we go down the road, we'll see more Canadian steals as these drafts go on, but as of right now, man, it's going to be a little disappointing, to be completely honest. Yeah, as you can see, there's not much Canadian talent. Tulio would have been better, but whatever. Yeah, you can see, there's just not much Canadian talent, unfortunately, in this draft. I think for our next pick, I want to go with the next best Canadian player, but I don't know who that is, unfortunately. Maybe Iacobo or Pilar. I wish I could take this guy, but we can't. Actually, I think... Wait, no, we're not at next best yet. I do have one more player I want to take. That being Luke Evangelista, and off of the London Knights, he should be a pretty solid pick, and he's a bottom six forward. Great. Okay, well, let's see what we missed, because I'm sure there was better picks than that. And there might not have been, but yeah, Robinson would have been quite a bit better. I'm sure there was a lot. I'm sure there was. So, low elite Datsuk, that's pretty sturdy for the Flyers. Bianconi would have been better. Couldn't select Thorburn. Tonali would have been way better. Or, not Tonali, sorry. Tolnai, I think is how you say it. I don't know. He would have been better, obviously. And, yikes, that was pretty bad, man. It's a pretty bad pick. So now we get to the point where it's just select the best player and move on. I don't know who the best player is, so let's take a fat risk on Dufour and hope he turns out. He's probably he's low top 9, so that's actually somewhat solid there for a pick. Not too bad. All right, so on to our next pick now at 167. Really at this point, there's not going to be much left to select from. And, this is one of the sad parts about this challenge, is that the first year or two, it's going to be like crap. We're selecting players that we know are going to probably be pretty bad. So let's take this guy, Landon Cozier, Landon Cozier, I believe. I don't know how you say it. I think it's Cozier, but high AHL top 2 defenseman. Nice. It's funny, though, because this guy was still higher rated than Evangelista, and it's just like, really? That's what we're dealing with right now? Colum would have been better. Oh, lots of guys would have been better, but whatever. At this point, it's like, just get this draft over with. We got our top guys, and I'm extremely happy with them, but there's not much else. Dude, there's not much else. Okay. So, yeah, we are just ready to get this draft done. We are going to take this guy, actually. Any Canadians with potential? Oh, you know what? Let's take Luke Prokop. Just send it. Why not? And he is hey, low top 6 is not that bad in the 7th round. The other crazy thing, too, is like pretty much every defenseman we selected was right-handed in this draft, so that's not great for for pairing with O'Brien, but whatever. It's not that big a deal, and that is the draft. So we land a fistful of prospects that are just absolutely insane. Like Lafreniere, Byfield, Perfetti, Foudy, Drysdale out of this draft is like, wow. I think the team's still going to be pretty bad for a year here. And, you know, that's kind of the goal, to be honest, is that we would like to select a guy like Brant Clark or somebody next year who's going to be good still. But let's get through the remainder of this offseason. We might try to sign a free agent or two. I don't know exactly what's going to happen there. I'm not sure who the Canadian free agents are going to consist of, but no coaches expiring or anything like that. Sorelli and Jari we need to sign. All right, that is not a issue at all. And obviously, Lafreniere, being one of our best players in this system, is going to get a contract right away. Sorelli actually got up to an 83, so you know what? How much money does he want for 8 years? That's not great. $4 million for the next 5. I mean, you can play him in a top 6 role, but that's not great. Yeah. 2 years at $4 million for Vince Dunn is doable. And Toffoli, not great either. Oh my God, Tyler, I'm sorry. We just can't pay you that much. Brandon Perlini. See, that's doable. Like under $3 million for these guys is doable on the contracts. We still want to save some cap space for players who might potentially want to sign with this team. I don't know why they'd want to, but they might. Right, so we'll get Byfield into the team too. He will be playing in the NHL this upcoming season. I guarantee that. And now players will start to move. Like guys like Ennis will start to move down to the AHL most likely. Richie, oh man, okay, that's not great. Rodriguez as well is probably more of an AHL guy coming up here. Lawton got $3 million somehow. Don't ask me how, but he did. Mackenzie Weegar gets a contract there. 3.5 for Clutterbuck's pretty bad, but you know, what can you do? So yeah, all these signings now that you're seeing here are essentially just AHL depth. Because we have added enough pieces that it's like, okay, these guys will be good. A lot of our guys that weren't top-end lottery picks are going to go back to the CHL for at least a season or maybe 2 or 3. It's hard to tell. It really depends on how well they develop. So we're going to sign Perfetti just to make sure that he's, you know, coming here eventually. Same with Foudy and Drysdale, just to make it like, hey, we want you in this team. Play your ass off in junior, and we will try to get you into this team ASAP. That's what we're doing here. DeFore, Hunt, and Prokop can all get deals too because they actually had decent potential for that draft. And then those last 2 guys are not getting deals. So we're going to sign Jari. 2 years, it's right around $4 million. Domingue doesn't want a contract. Can we go $1.5 million to keep him around for the AHL and then sign Boston Billis as well? I think that's good. I think we signed just about everybody. So We're going to advance a day. I have a bad habit of not actually advancing a day in the menu when I should, but whatever. So Vince Dunn re-signs with the team. Rodriguez signs. Fleury signs. Graves signs. Anderson signs. Weegar signs. Toffoli needs more money, of course. Selfish player. Evans signs. Dominguez rejected, I think. Ennis rejected as well. Jari signs. Dunn signs. Cirelli signs. Leipzig signs. Perlini signs. Dauphine signs. Richie signs. Lear signs. Phaneuf rejects. And Haluka signs. Sorry, I keep messing that up. Drysdale signs. Perfetti signs. Byfield's going to be in the NHL. Foodie signs. DeFore signs. So all those, you saw that the players that didn't have the Highlanders logo beside them are not playing in the NHL this upcoming year. Lafreniere signs. Prokop signs. Billis signs. Hunt signs. All right. So we got a couple guys that said no. All right. Jamie Barker's up to a 90. Wow. Yeah, he's going to be getting paid a lot of money real soon. What about Tyler Toffoli? Okay, can we just do 2 years at 4.8 and you stop being a little bitch, please? Same thing with Tyler Ennis. He didn't get enough money, apparently. So we'll give him $1.2 million for the next year. He says no to that, he's not getting another contract. Same thing with Phaneuf, to be honest. If he doesn't sign a $1.8 million contract, he's not getting one. And really, we could use some big free agent signings here because we do need to start focusing more on Stanley Cups here over the next season or two, because really that is the main goal here, is to win cups. But I think this was a very successful first season. Looks like everybody did re-sign there. So let's go to free agency. Actually, we can't yet. Stop. Uh-oh. We might have lost a guy here in Louis Domingue. Yeah, we got the free agency. All right, let's see what the free agent class has for Canadians. And thank you, dear God, Alex Pietrangelo and Taylor Hall are both available. They might take away a little bit from, our current players, but this is how we are going to provide value for our team and really grow our team quickly, is through free agency. I know it's not the most respectful way to do it, but whatever. We need to start winning here ASAP. Simmons is Canadian, okay, but we're not paying him $7 million. Duclair is a free agent. I'll take Anthony Duclair all day, man. That'd be sweet. What else do we have for potential in here? Not much. What about, goalies? Oh, here's a big thing. Braden Holtby is a massive name in goal. He's a massive name for an elite player, an elite Canadian goalie. I think we could possibly win a cup this first year here if we do this right. Okay, we have $24 million in cap space. Remember that. Now, if we clear cap space in any way, honestly, I don't think we even need to sign Taylor Hall, really. I don't think that'd be the smartest signing, to be honest. He wants 7 years. How much would he do for 1 year? 1 year, he wants 9.6. Montreal is interested. Oh, lots of teams are interested in Pietrangelo. So can we do... I think if we do a 5 year, so $55 million contract, 5 years, $11 million, I think that will get it done for him. The other guy I'm very interested in is Anthony Duclair. 2 years at $4.5 million is totally worth our time. And then, who is the other name I saw? Oh yeah, Holtby. So I don't know if we necessarily need to go for Hall. I would like to, but I don't know if we should. We can do 2 year, 5.5 for Holtby. Okay, so how much have we just spent? We've spent $20 million about. So the only way we're going to get Taylor Hall, which is a 90 rated forward, which would seriously boost our team. We only want him for maybe 4 years. So if we do a $9.5 million contract for the next 4, that might get him. It might not. Montreal might take him. And then we'd have to clear up cap space too. So when I look at that, the first thing I think is probably Tyler Toffoli or somebody like that getting traded. Actually, no. What am I saying? What am I saying? Do you see how much contracts we have on terrible players here? Like Johnny Boychuk is $6 million. We can very easily trade. Well, maybe not very easily, but we can trade that to clear up cap. Carolina seems to have a lot of space available. Can we get a third-round pick for him? Honestly, you know what? Honestly, just a third-round pick for Boychuk would be good with me. I'll take it all day. Thank you. $6 million of cap space cleared up. I think this will be enough to get Taylor Hall and a bunch of these guys and really improve our team drastically. The other thing I want to look at is centers possibly, but I don't think there's a ton of Canadian centers that are going to make a big difference this year. Maybe a guy like Jumbo Joe. I don't know. I'd love to win a cup with him. Is my dog? Yeah, my dog's going to bark every time I talk. Anyways, I'd love to win a cup with Jumbo Joe. I don't know, like Arizona's interested. I don't know. So let's just advance a couple days here, see who decides to actually sign with the Highlanders. Because, there could be a big flock of player movement here to the Highlanders that seriously changes our future and the way things are going to go. Anthony Duclair signs with us. So that's big. That's a good start. But what's going to happen with the rest of these guys? Taylor Hall signs, Alex Pietrangelo signs, Braden Holtby signs. That's a big year for free agency, man. That is really huge, and I think this team is going to be ridiculously good here heading forward. Yep, championship status. We're literally from rebuilder to champion in one free agency class because we signed so many guys. This is insane. Dude, this is insane. Yeah, this team has just become very, very good looking. We got Kenneth Harrison too. We got so many good players, dude. Oh, this team is going to be fun. This is going to be a fun year. We're going to crush some teams. I just want to check the trade block and see if there is anything we could possibly do to strengthen this team even more on the forward end. Oh, that's our trading block. And then I think we'll kind of wrap up the video from there. So let's browse the trading block. Really, that was about the best offseason we could have possibly had. He's too much value, but God, Jonathan Toews, adding a Jonathan Toews to this roster would just be insanely, insanely good. Parise's 86 rated. Wow. But he's American. I'm an idiot. Hey, that doesn't make sense. Is David Perron Canadian? He is. He's $4 million, and we don't really need left wingers, to be honest. What we are currently in need of is probably like a second line center kind of guy. So I think we're just going to sim to the next season from this point. We've spent most of our cap space. We got $2.9 million left. I mean, if we get a guy like Jumbo Joe, that would be sweet. I don't think it's going to happen, but that would be sweet. I would love to get Joe Thornton. And really, let's take a look at this progress report, because the amount of players we have in each position is more than sufficient. Like, centers are good. Yes, we have a lot of good centers, and they will spread out throughout the lineup. This is crazy. Lafreniere's already a second line winger, so he's going to be insane. We land Duclair. We land, like, Barker's grown insanely well. He's going to be crazy. And then the defense, the defense you could argue we need to improve, but when you toss Pietrangelo beside O'Brien, O'Brien's just going to go and just skyrocket. Not sure how the rest of it's going to work out there so much for defense. We'll figure it out. But the goaltending behind the defense is something that, calms my nerve. So at this point, we are going to sim to the next season. The more I look at that progress report, the more I realize we probably didn't need to go for Joe Thornton and should have gone for a defenseman instead. But you never know. Jumbo Joe, doesn't get enough money there. So let's just stop up, see if there's any defensemen available or remaining that are above 82 overall. Kevin Shattenkirk, but we don't have the money to do that, and I don't know if he even fits our team. Kind of does. Oh, he's American. That's all we got left. There's Bouwmeester as well, but probably not really worth pursuing for $4 million. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but the cap goes right up to $87 million after the first season, which is crazy because really $87 million is a lot of cap space, and it allows us to sign as many players as we just did. All right, so heading into the next season after a fabulous offseason, 89% of the tickets sold. That's about as good as we could ask for, really. I think we brought in a lot of, hockey attraction with this team, with Lafreniere, Pietrangelo, Holtby. Like, that's insane. Taylor Hall, like, there's some high-skilled players here that are going to make a huge difference as far as this team goes. Our owner goals are going to be very much different. Yeah, they want us to make the Stanley Cup Finals, finish first in our division, 85% of season tickets sold, and upgrade. Okay, club seats are normal, but let's see this team, because I don't know how good the chemistry is going to be. Holy shit, guys, look at that top line. Odds that we have a guy like Jamie Barker, or you know what? You know what? If we had Lafreniere playing center, that might be one of the scariest things the NHL has ever seen. And Byfield fifth. Holy. Guys, I know you're going to probably think I'm insane for what I'm about to do. But I am seriously considering moving Lafreniere to the center position once Eric Stahl starts to decline. Because at 35 years old, he doesn't have many years left. And Lafreniere not only fits our current first line, but is going to absolutely crush it. He keeps the +5 chemistry. Like, that is just scary, man. That is just scary. And if we can build around a guy like Byfield with other players, then we are really going to be in a very good position to win. Okay, you guys might think I'm absolutely insane for trying to even think about this, but I'm seriously considering putting Lafreniere at center on the second line to start, and then moving him up as this team progresses and we see players get better, and that will keep a +5 chemistry boost on this line, which is insane. You have Taylor Hall alongside Alexis Lafreniere and Jamie Barker. Like, it doesn't get much better than that. I think we'll play Lafreniere on the left wing for now, but I want his faceoffs to develop, and then, having a 1-2 punch, like, it's literally a Crosby-Malkin situation here, except it's a Canadian. And having Byfield and Lafreniere, or Lafreniere-Byfield as your 1-2, I don't think a lot of teams are going to be able to even handle that. We can build wingers around them. That's not, I'm not worried about pursuing wingers. I think Jamie Barker's an insanely good winger. I think he's going to be one of the pieces of this franchise that defines us as a team. But at the same time, I'm not worried about wingers at all. Even though it's okay, we're paying Hall $9.5 million for the next couple of years. We're paying, who else is getting big money right now? We're paying a couple defenders like $11 million for Pietrangelo. Is high, but it's not that high. Like Holtby, yes, he's making $5.5 million. Jarry's also making a lot of money, so that's an issue where, we could probably sort that out pretty quickly if we focused on it. I'm not really focused on it right now. I'm focused on winning. And that's what I think this team will be able to do surprisingly well once this season starts. Like, we had an 82 Comrie in the AHL. He's good enough to back up Holtby. There's no question about that. It's just that our defense is still a little bit weak. So I think we're going to keep the captains all the same this year. I don't think we're going to change anything. Lafreniere's 11. Byfield should be number 55. And for whatever reason, he's not. So whatever. We'll put him, give him number 55. That's not an issue. And yeah, the game's kind of just dumb like that sometimes. But I think right now the team is in a good spot. We're, essentially just prepped to win this season. We need to go as far as we can in the regular season and the playoffs. But you look at this draft class coming up, bro, and it's like, oh, we still want to acquire players possibly. Because there's guys like Lambos. There's guys like Sillinger, Othman, Joshua Roy, like Trevor Wong. I don't think we really need centers, but Trevor Wong. Brant Clark is a sweet defenseman. Brennan Othman is a sweet winger that would probably be nice to throw in alongside a guy like Byfield. Dude, there's so many wingers in here that we don't even have to worry. And there's centers too, so we can throw guys like there's wingers galore in this draft. I'm not worried about that. I think something we do need to focus on with this team is probably acquiring more later first round picks if possible. Because I think that will, like late first, early seconds, will be huge for this team for the future. But right now, I don't even want to like touch the coaching staff, do anything like that. I just want to leave it alone and see if they can win. Because right now the system fit 69%. If we bring in one more player that actually fits the system, then we're at that 70%. We meet that expectation in year 2, never mind year 3. I think that would actually change if we threw a couple guys in different positions, to be honest. We'd probably be over 70. But yeah, this team is good right now. I think we're good, and that's going to conclude it for this episode. So, if you guys enjoyed, made it to the end of the episode, or anything like that, go down below, leave a like on the video. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel if you're new. This series is coming out 3 times every 2 weeks. And it's gonna ramp up here. It's gonna get pretty crazy here with the Halifax Highlanders, and I'm looking forward to it. And make sure you turn on notifications so you never miss one upload. But that's gonna be it for me. This is Etanyos signing out, and see ya.